good morning, and welcome to Rise and Thrive, a breakfast show on not just another channel, which is Camnet TV. I'm your host. My name is Precious Mzea Sakaleji, and yes, of course, like any other introduction, I'm not alone on set. What you had to...
No, I was trying to clear my throat. But good morning and welcome to the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show with Banda Tandiwe. We're definitely assuring you guys of a great show that is going to be jam-packed. We have so much in store for you guys. So all you have to do if you're just waking up is wake up a couple of people in the house, your mom, your dad, relatives, send those messages to your friends because we have a jam-packed program just for you and we need to get interactive at some point. We will open our phone lines. We have a very interesting topic for today.
Yes, I was about
Something
to
I'm
ask
very
you...
happy with, to be honest.
Yeah, because you're in the medical field.
No. Because
just
I'm
as an
cautious,
individual.
As an individual, I love my nation. I love Zambia, and I want all of us. I want Zambia to be coronavirus free.
Okay, so our topic of discussion for today is, if you are aware and you have been updated on what's happening around, that's both current affairs and social media. There's something that's trending currently in the course of this week. There is a 750 kwacha penalty fee that is charged to those people that are found not wearing masks. So the question is, do you think the 750 kwacha penalty is necessary?
Is unnecessary? Well,
do you think it is necessary?
It is very, very necessary because I feel like us, the Zambian citizens, have really taken coronavirus to be like just
a
one
light
of
thing,
those
too
things,
casual.
you know. And I feel like anything that will claim a life, anything that claims a life in a nation, in the whole entire world, is something that is very serious. So I've seen a couple of people go about their business not wearing masks. Like, it's a crowded place, you know. People have the audacity to actually go in a bar, close the doors. Apparently there's this soundproof bar that I heard of, and someone was just explaining to me, say, see that, like, it's really going down in there, but like,
it's closed.
You can't hear the music. I'm like, why? Because they have soundproof. Like, people have gone to those extremes of actually having a bar soundproof so that the sound doesn't go out. But who are you doing that for, really? So I personally feel like, okay, maybe that 750 is a bit it's a bit overrated, but I feel like it's fair. Because a mask will cost you 5-10 kwacha. So why not spend 5-10 kwacha? You'd rather spend 750 because you don't want to be obedient to the health guidelines and what the government is saying. So I feel like at first I heard it was a rumor, probably 20,000. I was like, that's ridiculous. But 750, I wouldn't say I'm comfortable with it. I mean, like, you can't, nobody wants to spend 750 kwacha just like that. I mean, you need to work. Money is hard to come by. So if you're going to just spend 750 and just give it to someone for not wearing a mask.
And that's not like a one-off. Now, imagine you're caught like 5 times in a week. So that's 750
then
by
just
5.
Unruly, you know?
That's the
Why would you be
thing.
caught?
That's the thing. And also, the news on the ground, I don't know how true it is that if you don't have the 750 kwacha, you'll be jailed for 6 months. So now in my head, I am thinking, okay, so if I'm jailed for 6 months, how safe am I? Just think about that. If you are to be jailed for not wearing a mask, how safe are you in the cells? Like, it just needs to clean.
But again, looking at a twist of things, I like to be a bit, I like to look at things
outside the box.
Outside the box. You know, it kind of like reminds me of what our police gets to do sometimes on the roads.
Yeah.
These roadblocks and stuff, and people get away with little bribes here and there, which is totally wrong. It's unacceptable, and we shouldn't do that at all. But you know, the mask thing, how do they plan on doing it though, the 750? I hope this is not some kind of way of getting money from the citizens.
That's the thing, that's the question.
We've seen situations where, for example, we'll talk about like, there are cops that would stand at like traffic lights. And yeah, like it was orange, like get ready to stop. Is it get ready to stand?
It doesn't say stop or red.
Yes, so I'm like passing and they're like, no, you passed when it was red. So I'm like, no, like I saw with my own 2 eyes. So with the mask arrangement, are they going to see, we saw you from a distance, you're not wearing a mask? How is it going to be? Is there going to be a receipt What proof would they have? Is it going to be accounted for? Because I mean, if we're going to get 750 for
where are you taking
fellow citizens, it's kind of like an income for the nation.
It
so
is.
Money begins to
accumulate.
So how are they going to do that?
I don't know, but currently in bus stations, for us that get on buses when trying to move from destination A to destination B, I've noticed something at Kulimatawa bus station. A bus can take off if one person is not wearing a mask. It's either they get out of the bus or the bus doesn't move at all.
Serious?
Yes.
Okay.
So at the gate, just the exit and the entrance and the exit. If you're coming into the station, if you don't have a mask, your bus will not go inside. If your passengers don't have a mask, your bus will not go inside. If you're exiting the bus station, your bus will not start off if one person is not wearing a mask. So they need to. They're making sure that for the past 3 days, someone was coming to check, open the door, the bus door, and check. Oh, you're all wearing masks. Okay, you can go. So I'm like, hope this doesn't stop after 3 weeks or after some days.
There's so many complaints as well. People not being able to breathe in the mask.
Yeah, true.
And that's why it is advisable. Like when you're on your own, like you can put down the mask. Because I've seen people, you're alone in the car and you're wearing a mask the whole time. How are you breathing? You know, because it's the same air. Before you know it, there are people that are having, I personally experienced that when I wear the mask like for a very long time, drowsiness, and you just feel some type of way. You need to give yourself time to at least get some fresh air. Because you're alone in the car and you're wearing a mask. Yeah, I know, yes. So we're all feeling some type of way about coronavirus, but like you need to give yourself time to breathe so that you don't have... you don't begin to feel a certain type of way, the drowsiness and all that. But anyway, the question that we are posing for you guys out there today, and we need you to give us your response, your opinions, your comments, is do you feel that the 750 penalty fee that they have put for those that will be found wanting, and that is not wearing a mask, do you feel that it is necessary? In your opinion, is it necessary or it's not necessary? Do you feel like the government should just say, you know what? Yeah, your own person. You're a citizen. You know that it's your health. Or do you feel like they should be now imposing? Because, I mean, for the government to reach the extent of putting 750 kwacha means we're unruly. I actually feel a bit embarrassed.
It's true.
Because it had to take the authorities to put to put a measure. I haven't heard of so many of those in other countries.
No.
Maybe I just haven't done my research, but I haven't really heard of certain penalty fees being put because you can't wear a mask, because people realize or they know that it's important to wear a mask.
True.
Because you're trying to not contract the virus. But anyway, it's the morning and we're going straight into our exercise. Today I'm ready. As you can see, I came wearing a t-shirt and some jeans.
Workout.
And yeah, I tried to like wear the sneakers and stuff. I don't know why the camera person is not picking. Yeah, I really tried, so I'm going to like work out. But anyway,
yeah.
Good morning, and we're so happy to be here. Our show is jam-packed, that's for sure. And we'll be going into our training session. Yeah, who's taking us through today?
It's the same man, or I wanted to say the same team, but I don't know if Chola is on this episode, but we're going to have Pastor Isaac coming through. Actually, we're going to have a clip of him working out, and hope that you wake up your spouse or your children, because this is a workout. It's a family workout.
About
that though.
About waking up your spouse though.
But anyways, we will be back after this workout on the other side.
Good morning and welcome to our morning breakfast, and this is the Morning Boost, and I am your presenter Isaac Matsa. I am here so that we can be able to do a warm-up exercise together just before you go about your day. All right, as usual, we are going to start with a warm-up. There we go, warm-up. 1 minute warm-up. After that, we'll be able to do some mountain climbers. Just that. For a minute. Let's go. How was your night? Say something so that we know where you're watching us from. If you're watching via Facebook, let's go. By the way, this is what I'm doing. See that? That's the workout altogether. You're going to feel your calves actually. You're going to feel your legs. 1 minute warm up. Let's go. And let's change to the warm up. That. Trotting. Go. 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 Down with the warm up. Getting into a wake up now. Let's go. Faster. Faster. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. That's it. Today, we're going to do something different. Let's do this now. Go down. Lay flat. It's a 3-minute workout. Bring in your leg out, in, out, okay? In, out, out. That's the workout you're gonna do now. So you come here, go down, body posture like that. Let's go. 1, 2. Let's work on the tummy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's your first 10. So I'm going to do another 10. Let's go. Same thing. Down, straight up, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're doing it correctly, you're going to feel your arms. 10. Okay. So that's 20. I have 2 more sets. Remember, just 5 minutes every morning. That's all you need. Okay. 3rd set. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. You should feel your arms. 4. And the belly. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's my 3rd set. I'm gonna do the 4th one now. So that's gonna be 40. So I'm working on the tummy, also strengthening my arms. Let's go, last 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40. So I've worked on my triceps and biceps, burning fat on the arms and the tummy as well. Okay, so the same workout. This time I'm going to do it faster. Remember, it's a 3-minute workout. Okay, so I'm good. 1 minute now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's cool down. So try that. After you come back home, try to do those workouts. And they're going to work out for you perfectly. So this is very good for you every time you do that. So let's do now cooling down now. Easy. Easy. You've done the workout already. Easy. Thank you so much. This is Isaac Matsa, and I'm going to see you again. Stay blessed and stay fit. Thank you.
Welcome back.
That was some workout session. Like, that was real.
Kudos to you if you took the time to work out. as somebody claims they were working out.
Yeah,
So
part and
you
parcel.
need to know that working out is very,
We have to
very,
keep
very
fit.
important. You need to keep fit because that actually helps you boost your immune, gives you the energy. I don't know how people manage
And I
working
just
out
feel
and
like,
going
you
for
know,
work.
like it takes away toxicity in your body, you know.
Because of the sweating and all.
Yeah, and just as a person, you know, so many toxic people sometimes. So sometimes you need to work out to bring out a certain character in you, and that's why workout is important. Yeah, but remember, we're posing a very important question to you guys today, and that is, do you feel that the 750 kwacha that has been put as a penalty fee for not wearing a mask is necessary? Is it?
For
Is
me,
it not?
I feel sometimes, you know, if you are in a certain position, it's important to just put your foot down, to say, I want things done this way.
Okay, so
Somehow
Precious,
it's kinda-
if you were found not wearing a mask and they told you 750, would you pay?
If I knew that I was supposed to pay 750 for not wearing a
No,
mask.
like right now, the government has said it's 750 if found not wearing a mask. So it's, take for example, we find you not wearing a mask.
Would I pay? There are two things. If I knew that I would be charged 750 kwacha for not wearing a mask, then I'll just need to look for the money and pay. Because what's on the ground is that if you don't pay the 750 kwacha, you are sent to prison for like 6 or 3 months. I don't know how true that is. But if more sensitization is done
What
to say,
more sensitization, guys?
I don't
That's
know.
the part I don't
Zambians,
understand.
You know how we Zambians are. We take some things too casual, okay? You know, if you don't wear a mask, there are these things, there are consequences. I remember one of these past days, I got on a cab and I asked the cab driver, do I have a mask? And then he told me, you can't run away from something you can't see. You can't be scared of something that you can't see. So I was telling him, like, do you pray? And then he was like, yes. Do you believe there's God? He said, yes. Have you seen God before? He said, no. And I'm like, if you're a Christian and you have been told there's a disease and it's killing people, it's a global pandemic, then you need to know that it's there. You don't have to. You want us to bring coronavirus and tell you this is how it looks like. I put it on my hands. This is how it works. This is how it enters your skin. You've been told it's there and you've seen people dying from the virus. Protect yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't get on that cab because first of all, I know I was risking my life and I was risking the people I was going to meet after getting out of that cab. So I left. Well, I was called names, but
another misconception that I've noticed, there are actually two. Some people call coronavirus a spiritual disease. There's someone that was like, oh, this disease is just a spiritual thing. Well, what we can see in the spirit, we can analyze it there, but I feel like coronavirus should be taken very seriously, especially in our country. There are so many myths surrounding it, like, have you seen the patients? Maybe they're just saying this and this. We've lost our own leaders.
True.
To coronavirus.
Sure.
So, and there's this thing as well where people feel like coronavirus is just for people with underlying ailments. That is not true. Anyone could be exposed to coronavirus, and that is why our leaders are taking it so personal and very critical, because they're trying to protect the whole nation, because it's not about one individual, it's about the entire Zambia.
True.
Zambia will be coronavirus free if you and I follow the laid down health guidelines by the government. But I mean, if you want to be unruly, you end up parting away with 750 kwacha. And you can imagine in this economy, how many bags of milli milk could you buy from 750? So instead of buying that particular commodity for your household,
5 kwacha or 10 kwacha, the reusable
I
ones,
know.
the ones with the chitenge material and all, those ones should be 5 kwacha or 10 kwacha if I'm not mistaken. So now imagine a 5 kwacha will actually, you will save on 745 kwacha. So you want to get 750 and pay the authority.
But anyway, with the 2021, this topic just moves me. It makes me feel some kind of way. It gets me excited because I know that the time is near. Things are about to change in our nation. I'm about to make a decision of who I'm gonna vote for,
as a citizen,
and which is my secret, of course. So yeah, we've seen a party that has been formed, a new party. Very interesting. The other day I was seeing some NRCs being printed, and there's so many things that are surrounding the NRCs that are being printed. Everybody has their own opinion. So it's very interesting to see parties mushrooming, especially that they're just a few months
While we're
left
counting
to
down
2021. It's an exciting moment, an exciting year for Zambia.
A number of questions. Like, so you have decided to form a political party now.
Yeah.
Why now?
Why not?
Why towards the are you
Well,
going to stand in the next general elections? How are your campaigns? What is the plan? What makes you different from the rest of the opposition political parties that we have? What's so unique about you? And why have you decided to come now? Why now?
Well, for me, I look at the positive and the brighter side of why a political party would form now. I like your line of thought. It's like, why you're coming up now because of the elections.
Yeah.
But what if that person is coming up now because they are they are the person
that's supposed to
what would
make
you do?
the change?
What would you do?
I don't trust. I'm not a fan.
You know, I believe that last minute is very
I'm not a
dangerous.
fan of new things.
Bola
Unite.
ni 90.
Yeah, Barcelona. Okay, wait. While we're talking about football, so Barcelona was playing yesterday. Are you a fan? Are you a soccer fan?
I know nothing about football.
So they were shot by 8 goals.
I saw you put a post and I was like, I can't relate.
I'm like, hello, Barcelona fans. Good morning. I don't want to fight, but good morning. It was 8.
8-1. Like,
8-2.
fill us in. I'm sure there are football people that don't watch soccer like me.
I've forgotten. I watch football, but I've forgotten the name of the team they were playing with. But all I know is that they lost it was 8-2. So it's 2-8.
Well, for you football fans,
So
I guess you can relate. We are relating to the 2021 general elections, which I'm looking
So yeah,
forward
like
to.
you were saying,
So
Bola
excited.
in 90 minutes.
Yeah, Bola is 90. So it could mushroom right now, and it could be the party to change the nation, or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you and I are to make that decision.
Change, yeah.
We are the ones to make that change, and we have to be the change that we
I'm actually
want to
looking
see.
forward to how this political party is going to come about with their campaigns. What promises are they coming through with? Is it the same old story of being excited and giving people mil chitenga materials, t-shirts, bicycles, fertilizer and all, and then after you're voted into power, you just get too comfortable? I remember in one of the constituencies, I have forgotten, the people were complaining to say, our member of parliament just came here during the campaign. Immediately they were voted into power or into office. We have never seen them before. So now that it's campaign time, they're back. So it's like a trend, and it's sad that that's the print that's there, written in black and white, to say if you belong to a certain political party and you are running for office, once you win, you forget about the people that voted you into power. But you will come back when it's time for campaign.
Yeah, you come back with a very nice song, and because Banda Tandiwe loves to dance and loves music, we will play those songs in the car and we will dance to them, and next thing you're going, no, we need to change that mentality as Zambians, you know. It goes way beyond the song. Some weeks ago, we saw some song trending on social media. And I won't say much, but it was something like that. Something like that. It was something like that.
You're doing that just makes sense.
And like, you know, I heard this beat. It was just a beat. It was just a beat, and this person is just shaking their hand. I'm like,
and
okay,
their head. You forgot their head.
And in my head, I'm like, okay.
Imagine if that was a campaign song.
You know, and so many things were all over social media, and people were like, okay, like we're about to dance to this song, and it was manipulated in a different way.
Yeah.
Not that we are confirming that it was a campaign song. It was just something that went viral, and many people, inclusive of myself, thought maybe it's a campaign song coming up. And my point is that we need to go away from just voting or wanting to dance to a particular song. I mean, there are bigger issues as a nation that we need to begin to tackle than just a song. A song? I know we liked I won't say much, but...
Honest opinion, the beat was I was intrigued. And I'm like, if this came 6 months before the elections, that's what's was going on social media at the time the song was trending on social media. People were like, I'll just go on that ballot paper and just...
You know, which is very... Sorry to use the word. Like, I feel like it's a bit shallow to actually feel you should vote for a certain political party because of a song. Are you going to eat a song? Will you be educated by a song? We need to, as the youth of this country,
Foresight.
this time around in 2021, we need to open our ears widely and our eyes as well. We need to begin to see these things and hear, you know, follow the debates, that the presidential debates that will be taking place on different platforms. Follow them, because you need to know what you're getting yourself into. We need to know what we are voting for and what implication or what impact it will have 4 years, 5 years from now, because we are the ones who are going to be in those offices. I like how we say we. We are the ones who are going to be in those offices as the young people of our nation. So we need to take our stance, you know, and just be able to know what we want, because it's our nation. And if we don't do it, who will?
Nobody.
Remember that the question that we are posing to you today on this particular breakfast show is, do you feel that the 750 kwacha penalty fee that has been attached to not wearing a mask, do you feel that it is necessary or unnecessary? Whichever angle you want to look at it, be it in accountability's sake, be it in and maybe some people could feel like maybe they're being bullied around or being told what to do because they feel like maybe it's your health at the end of the day. So tell us your opinions, give us your comments or suggestions, and we do take a break and return with more. I was about to say more news stories because I'm used
of
to
the news desk.
being on the Camnet news desk, where we bring to you unbiased news, factual, you know, great news. So we do take a break and return with more after.
Msika is here. We have you all covered with just 150 kwacha. You can advertise every day from 17 hours to 18 hours. For a 30-second ad, get the benefit of selling your products and services on Msika. For more details, call our marketing department on +260 953 995099 +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467. Email us on info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Camnet TV World News. For a prompt response, call +260 953 995 099 or +260 962 444 726 or +260 711 77467. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Msika is here. We have you all covered with just 150 kwacha. You can advertise every day from 17 hours to 18 hours. For a 30-second ad, get the benefit of selling your products and services on Msika. For more details, call our marketing department on +260 953 995099 +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467. Email us on info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Camnet TV World News. For a prompt response, call +2609 53 995 099 or +2609 62 444 726 or +2609 711 77467. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Well, welcome back. You're still on Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show with me, Precious Mzea, Sakaleji, and Banda Tandiwe on the other side. Now, in case you've just joined us, you have missed something, which was a morning boost with Pastor Isaac Machisa. And now we're moving on to stories that made headlines or current affairs. And also, in case you didn't get the stories yesterday, Tandiwe, what do you have?
Well, in the medical side of things, we've seen a video that has been circulating all over social media. We've seen a couple of friends and families post it as well. So just to go into that, one of our reporters, Sharon, took a depth and decided to get on the ground and really pick something out of the story. And the Zambia Medical Association has instituted an investigation into the matter where an alleged patient at the University Teaching Hospital was recorded harassing the medical doctors. Now, ZMA Secretary General Dr. Maseko Piri says once the investigations are done and facts are ascertained, the aggressor will be punished to set an example. Now, Dr. Maseko is hopeful that a criminal case will be opened against the oppressor, adding that to the situation that happened in the view of the police, amongst other witnesses. Now, ZMA is reacting to a video that is circulating on social media where a suspected patient was threatening the medical doctors for not attending to his situation in time. Before we discuss this one, let's go straight into the clip and see exactly what we have there.
Like the police service, medical practitioners fall in the line of an appreciated workforce. This is according to the public, who barely appreciates what they do to ensure that people stay healthy. Yesterday, a patient at the University Teaching Hospital provoked the medical doctors for alleged delaying to read his X-ray report. The unidentified man verbally abused the doctors, accusing them of stealing government resources in the name of salaries while failing to attend the patients. This is what happened.
I'm a patient. I have to need to be changed. So with due respect, I know you are senior than me and I'm good here, but I pass on the brand new health matters. Hey, give my exit, give my exit. Can you give my exit? If you are a patient, can you give no? It's now supporting that. How are we going to attend to the accident? If you are a patient, you have to be. How can you go to a doctor? With due respect, you must ask me. How can you attend? Do you see the problem? I mean, you can't find it. Can you see
This verbal abuse has angered the Medical Association of Zambia, who have clearly stated their position on this matter. ZMA Secretary General Dr. Maseko Piri says the oppressor will be punished once found wanting.
Going forward, the Zambia Medical Association has since launched its own investigation into the matter at hand in order to establish the facts. In the meantime, we would like to reassure the victims that should the alleged offender be found wanting, Zambia Medical Association will use all its available resources to make an example out of him by exhausting all legal channels, while ZMA bearing all the costs. Additionally, we are aware that there has been presence of police officers at the scene with multiple witnesses, and so we are hopeful as an association that the criminal case has been opened against the aggressor. We will indeed keep the public as well as the membership abreast with the development of this matter.
ZMA says at the time, while medical doctors are going an extra mile in trying to save the lives of the people during the COVID-19 period, it is disappointing to see people abuse them. 40 doctors so far have, in the process of saving lives, contracted the COVID-19.
We are deep in the mud fighting the COVID-19 pandemic at a time when 40 or so doctors have been with the disease and been quarantined, others even are out. Indeed, at a time when doctors are battling depression and mental illness because of what they have witnessed at the battlefront in the war against coronavirus. At a time when healthcare workers have been working tirelessly since the outbreak began in March without any incentives and compensation, the last thing we would expect is the verbal abuse at the hands of the public. And while negotiations continue in the background to find amicable ways of motivating frontline workers, who are at this stage of the pandemic means all healthcare workers, we would like to remind the government that the patience they exhibit is not in perpetuity, and we call upon the authorities to expedite the incentives as were directed by His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagolungu.
Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
That's very disturbing.
How disturbing?
Because on the moral ground, that's very disrespectful. Okay, when things are pending, or maybe you're sick, you need to humble yourself. Like, you're vulnerable, you want help, so you will not start yelling at me. I think being a doctor and nurse is a calling, because you yell at me like that and you expect me to attend to you. Hey, it's a calling. It's a I can't.
Wow, I feel like dissecting that video further, there's so many angles that you can look at it. Number one was maybe the approach by the health personnel to the patient.
Triggered that.
Could have triggered that. I think there's a part where he mentioned it, RTA, I don't know if he was from an accident or whatever must have happened, because I see an x-ray going on there, so there should have been injuries at some point. Maybe he was not in his right state of mind. And number three, there's a part where he's communicating with the officer and saying "Bwana ya Sinya" or something like that, if I heard correctly. So could it be like he's also a police officer? Like, what is his status? Number four, it could be just being unruly, because at the hospital you'll find, you know, every patient's life, every life is very, very important, and every life matters. So even at the hospital, it's not about first come, first serve. A hospital setup is about who needs the attention quicker.
Emergency.
You know, it's about an emergency. So you could be on the line, and you could have been on that particular line literally the whole day and spent hours and hours. And this person just comes, and quickly the doctors attend to them. So I've seen many patients, I've experienced many patients complain to say, no, I've been seated in the queue for a long time. I needed to be attended to, and then you can attend. I mean, look, this is a critical patient.
Sure.
You're walking, you're talking. This person has just been brought in, they can't talk. They literally need O2, oxygen, they need to be put on that, on supplies and all that. And you find this patient begins to complain, and that's the mentality that we Zambians need to get away from, you know, especially in a hospital setup. Over the years, we have seen so many things circulate on social media of where doctors are beaten on nurses, and sometimes people choose to blame the nurses to say, no, most nurses are rude. Most doctors are rude or stuff like that. But it's mainly, it's a lamp that has been put on the nurses, and I feel like it's something that we need to rub off. You know, nurses in our country do a lot of work, and they are people just like you. So you can imagine, most hospitals are understaffed. You find one particular nurse is to attend to, let's say, 40 patients. You know, imagine by the time you're coming, as much as it's a calling, you know, they are human beings as well, and they're bound to react. If you watch that video closely, you see very senior medical personnel. We could see the doctor in the white coat literally had gray hair. And just by looking at that, we all know that definitely that is not a young person. You know, that is someone who's probably been in the medical field for a very long time. And you have a citizen disrespect them like that. And in the end, he says, "Pass any X-ray." then you go where?
Where are you going?
You know?
Let's say university teaching.
So yeah, so like there's so many angles that we could take, and that is why we will wait on the ZMA, which is the Zambian Medical Association, which comprises of different medical doctors to do their own investigation and get to the bottom of the matter. And I'm very sure that our reporters will definitely go in depth with our news, because you know that on Camnet we bring you guys unbiased and factual news. So we will go in depth and really follow the story and see where it will end. But in all aspects, Precious, that is wrong.
That is very
regardless
wrong.
of how frustrated you are.
Maybe after the accident,
that's what I'm saying. There are different aspects. Maybe he could have not been in the right state of mind. But even though there were police officers there, I thought, last I checked, I think I learned this in primary school, police officers are to maintain law and order in the country. And they were just standing there doing what?
That's why, hence you asked to say, what is his position? Like, where does he work? What does he do for a living? And also, how was the accident caused? Was he the one in the wrong? Maybe he was frustrated. There's so many questions. Like you said, we wait for the ZMA to do their investigations, and then we'll get to know what really occurred.
Because, like, for him to reach that level of frustration, because he was asked to be outside. Maybe they were trying to, I don't know what the situation was, but he was
there was no social distancing during that.
You know, I don't see him bleeding. Maybe he could have had internal injuries. We don't know. And that is why we wait on ZMA. But looking at it and for the general public, I feel like this culture is something that is slowly mushrooming in our country, where you go to a public hospital, and because it's a public hospital and you are a citizen, you feel the need to disrespect your fellow Zambian citizen doctors, or even those that come in as people from outside the country, you know. It's a trend and it's a culture that we need to put a stop to, because I've personally seen it where the level of disrespect, yes, you are a doctor, yes, you are getting paid for it, because like in that video we could hear, sir, I think we have a call before we finish with our statement. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you this morning, ma'am?
I'm okay, how are you?
We're good. Who are we talking to and where are you calling us from?
This is Rose, I'm calling from 6 Miles.
Okay, go ahead with your contribution, please.
Yes, I had a same challenge. I think the doctors also should mind the way they talk to the patient. Because I have a situation where I took my daughter to the hospital at the clinic, Roma clinic here, and then after observation in the examination from the doctor, I was told to go and buy medicine. So I asked the doctor that I don't have money to buy medicine. And then the doctor answered me that he said, I wish if it was your father, if the medicine was in your father's house, I could have given you. So I was very upset. I just left, and then he was smiling and laughing at me. So, in fact, I think they should learn how to talk to the patient and handle them. Because,
All right, thank you so much for coming through.
That's a very valid point. It's very valid. Like we've said, there are two angles to that video.
So rude.
Yeah. And you know, if their parents like Mrs. Banda, if she's watching, Mrs. Banda will just say, "What did you say, doctor?"
Yeah, we know.
You know, so we also need to work as medical personnel. We need to work on our attitudes, because doctors as well need to understand that, you know, this person is sick. So automatically there's some frustration here and there, and how you respond to them when they're just asking for your help, which you're getting paid for by the government. And it's not medicine for me, or being a nurse or a doctor. Like you said, it goes way beyond other things. It's more of a passion.
True.
You know, so you are sacrificing your life, your time, everything about you to be able to be of help to the citizens. So sometimes medical personnel also go wrong, but in this case and in this particular video that we've seen circulating, there are two sides of the story, like we've heard. And as we dig deeper into the matter, we will be able to pinpoint exactly where the problem could be.
Yes, of course. And in case you have just joined us, you haven't missed much. We're just getting into the juicy part of the show. This is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show with me, Precious Mzea, Sakaleji, and Bandit Tandiwe on the other side. Now, our topic of discussion discussion is, do you think the 750 kwacha penalty is necessary for those who are found wanting? In this case, for those who are found not wearing the face mask. Is this necessary or unnecessary? Now, to quickly get into the stories that actually made headlines in yesterday's bulletin, a community leader in Munali constituency, Crispin Chinda, has called for personal willingness in masking up and general observance of COVID-19 health guidelines. Mr. Chinda says the 750 kwacha penalty fee begged for not wearing a face mask can be avoided. Now, Mr. Chinda, who is also Munali aspiring lawmaker, notes with sadness that people have relaxed and health guidelines with impunity even as the country continues to record high numbers of people testing positive of COVID-19. He explains that most people have masks but opt to carry them in their bags as opposed to wearing them at free will. Now, he has reminded people that life is precious, hence the need to abide by the health guidelines such as masking up, social distancing, and hand sanitizing. We'll take a look at this clip and we'll continue with the discussion on the other side.
Our people in the community have put down their guard. They're not wearing masks. They can have their masks, but they'll put them either in the pockets, and when they want to enter in a shop, that's when they'll produce a mask. They can have it, but wear it wrongly. They'll put it on their neck. So all these things needs to come to a stop. I think sensitization must continue, and that the 750 is not something that we should worry about. It's something that can only, it's not a forcing matter that when you don't wear, but we need to follow these guidelines. The 750 is just a punitive measure that if you don't wear a mask which is worth 5 kwacha, you'll be punished, because when you get sick, you're going to spend more than 750. So there's no one who can measure how much your life is. So it's just, we don't need a captain to look after us or on our own health. The COVID-19 has killed a lot of people. So far, 200 people have died. And we have 3 prominent people that have died, 2 MPs and 1 DG for special branch that has died out of COVID-19. But we continue politicizing COVID-19, that in the community, people, even learned people, even just other people who are aware about the current affairs, they're telling our people, confusing our people that coronavirus, coronavirus, and government is using coronavirus just for their advantage. But these people that are dying, can we still continue saying that it's a joke? I think it's high time that we became serious in our communities. As a community leader, I'm doing my part also just to contribute and complement government effort. I've distributed free masks in the community.
So there you have it. You've just decided you have a mask, you put it in your pocket, in your bag.
Oh, you put it in, is this style? It looks like a style.
I wish I had the mask.
Like you have an extra beard. Well, just one fun fact for the ladies. I've had somebody make fun of me on how my mask is always like got lipstick on the inside and foundation and all that going on. So ladies are really having a hard time because you need to, if you have that attitude of not throwing away the surgical mask, for a lady you need to throw it.
You have no choice. You need to have, in a day,
everyone should
you need to have like 3. Because when you move from point A to point
B, that's like
B,
30 kwacha.
So that's like 30 kwacha.
By 7, that's like 210.
That's a lot of money. And I can't say avoid wearing.
Like,
I can't say stop wearing.
840, is it?
And then in a month, how much are you spending?
Oh wow.
That's so like, you just need, I don't know, I can't tell you to stop wearing foundation or lipstick. So I don't know how you can go about it. But usually what I do, I don't know how safe it is. What I do is I carry 2 in a day. Okay, because I know if I move from home to my workplace, I'll remove it.
I hope that's true, Precious.
Yes, it is. It is. And from my workplace, going back home, it's another one to avoid. Because the other time I came for work and I had this surgical mask and it was all brown. I was told it had cement by one of my colleagues. But anyway, I won't take offense. So I don't know if we should stop wearing foundation.
Okay, so another thing on the health side of things, before we go on, before we speak to our guests, and we have 2 important guests for today. one will be coming to tell us more about plus size models. Because they'll be having a function in relation to that. And the other topic is about depression, which many of us fall prey of. So if you're that person out there, I would advise you not to move an inch, because we have people that will be able to guide us on certain things. We do have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're fine. How are you?
Good, sir.
Oh, we lost the
that caller. Okay, so as I was saying, on the mask, which side of the mask, for example, the surgical mask, should you wear? So there's a blue side. This is on the health side.
So that's the health talk.
Yes. So there's a blue side and the white side. So which side goes where?
The blue goes outside. The white goes inside.
Are you sure?
The metal, well, I don't know. You will educate me on that one.
Do have
the
a
metal
mask.
part. The metal part is like on the nose. Is like comes here so that you're able to.
The hard part.
Close. Yes.
Yes.
You're able to like squeeze it in to shape your nose to avoid air going in and out from the other side. I don't know if it's the white part or the blue part, but how I wear it, if I'm wearing that one, the blue part is usually the one outside, then the white part is like inside.
Correct.
Yay!
So are you out there and you have that mask and you don't know which side is which, because they look
really the same. Kinda look the same.
So ensure that the blue part of the surgical mask is on the outside and the white part is facing you. Okay, and there's also the hard part, because when you notice that the top part of the mask has some hard
like metal-ish inside.
Yes, and the down part doesn't have. So ensure that the down part is the one that is just clear, and the one with the hard thing, so that you can be able to at least pinpoint it and just close up. It's very important to know how to wear a mask.
True.
And the mask is not meant for the neck, because you see, as we move, there's dust. It's August. There's so much dust everywhere. Particles and all that. So the moment you put it here, it gets whatever is on your skin, and when you put it back, it may not be the virus that you've gotten, but you could easily get a cold, you could get a flu, because there's so much going on and you begin to breathe the particles from that particular mask. So knowing how to wear a mask is very important, and I hope that this little health tip that we have been we have given you on which side, because it may look very simple, but the moment you go in a chemist or whatever place and get a mask, you're like, which side is it? We've seen people having the white on the outside
and the metal thing
the blue and the metal thing down. But what is it? What is it doing there? Remember that you can reach us on 0968675273. So we'll be joining our guests shortly.
Yes, but for now we take a break, and then we'll be back with the discussion and the interviews on the other side.
This is Camnet TV World News. For a prompt response, call +2609 53 995 099 or +2609 62 444 726 or +2609 711 77467. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Msika is here. We have you all covered with just 150 kwacha. You can advertise every day from 17 hours to 18 hours. For a 30-second ad, get the benefit of selling your products and services on Msika. For more details, call our marketing department on +260 953 995099 +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467. Email us on info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. You're watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show on Camnet TV. Not just another channel with me, Precious Mzea, Sakaleji, and Banda Tandiwa on the other side as we get to talk about the 750 kwacha penalty fee. Do you think it is necessary for those who are found wanting, which is those who are found not wearing the face mask? Now, joining us on set is...
it's weird to say your own name, right? Yes. Yeah. So joining us on set is Precious. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so you can give us. I've said it for you.
Okay. I was because when I wanted to say Precious, but then it would sound like I am introducing myself.
Good morning,
Good morning,
Precious.
Precious.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm great.
Though my voice
We
is
are great. It's okay. At least we're able to get what you're saying. So tell us a bit about yourself. Who is Precious? What are her full names and all?
Okay, Precious. I'm Precious Kanchepa.
Okay.
Yes. I'm a multi-talented person. I'm involved in a lot of things, but I'll just mention a few. I'm a makeup artist. In short, I'm the CEO for Precious Creative Hair Doing Makeup. I'm also one of the organizers for Miss Plus Size Zambia. I'm an actress as well. Okay, the list is long, but I'm just
goes
going
all
to
the way.
mention a few. Yes.
Okay, so now you've said something very interesting. Plus size. Of course. Now, the society has laid it down that a model needs to be slim and tall. We have had a few events, if not this one being one of the first, where we have plus-size models. How is that working out for you? Why did you decide to come up with a plus-size model event?
Okay, this has been going on like in the other parts of the world, like in South Africa, India, and other parts. But in Zambia, it's the first time. So we thought of bringing it in Zambia simply because, you know, these women, they've been left out in a lot of things. But one thing that we have realized is that they can even do much better than the skin type of women. And I don't really know why the world has classified the skinny type of women to be more beautiful than the chubby ones, you know. But one thing that you and I can testify is that when a skinned type of a person is putting on maybe a dress and the thick person is putting on the dress, who is going to be easily noticed? Yeah, who is going to be noticed?
The plus size.
No, I agree with both of you. Like all of them, depending on the dress. Depending on the dress that they're wearing, both of them could look good. I don't think that
like who is going to be noticed? Like
more, like
noticed.
Yes.
Well, even the skinny person, like I'm personally small. I believe I'm small.
You're not. You do not qualify. Like, you do not qualify
to be in the small category.
Yes. No, but like I've seen small ladies, petite. Let's use the word petite instead of skinny. So I've seen petite ladies and chubby ladies wear dresses, and there's some petite ladies with legs, and they would rock that dress very well.
But look at this, we're talking about models, right? So there's a certain size that they're going to accept.
So what you're saying is the chubby ones
so
bring
you
out the
are
dress.
on our size. Exactly. If you cannot be accepted,
we have a plus size.
Hold up, guys.
Exactly. If you cannot be accepted on the other side, then you belong to us.
Okay.
You see, so when you go there like to contest, they'll be like, no, you no, you're thick. We cannot. Exactly. Even Precious.
Wait, what?
No, I think Precious falls in that category. For me, I think let me maintain.
We both do.
No,
we can't maintain.
You're on our side. You're on our side.
Okay, great. Yes. So how has been the response from the public?
The response has been so great. These people have got huge support. They are loved, and trust me, I've moved from one TV station to another just for them. It's like they're loved like by many people.
I think because the response coming in is because people are tired of like you categorize certain things. It's quite alright you have the events for modeling events where you have a petite type of category, and then now me going at an event and watching plus size women model in heels and those beautiful, I think I would love to see that.
Definitely.
I would really love to see that.
Yeah, even in the bikinis.
There we go.
There is that category. So you can imagine yourself seeing a plus size model in bikini, So it's something that everyone is excited about, and they can't wait, just to see.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
So how many contestants do you have? I do believe you have an upcoming event.
Exactly. We had quite a number of them, but we are now remaining with only 14.
Why? Why is that?
We had to trim them down to that number.
So how were you able to trim it down to that number?
We used to give them tasks, and then those who were failing to do those tasks, we were eliminating them.
Okay.
Yes.
So I love to sorry, but I like I love to ask questions on the other side, the most weird questions that someone you couldn't expect. Yeah. So the elimination process, I've seen this contests and all that. Elimination process in a game, I could call it like a game or it's very painful.
Yeah.
And we're already dealing with plus size models who firstly are trying to accept the way they look and then join a competition, and before the actual event they're eliminated. So how do you ensure that this doesn't get to them or affect them? Because the anatomy or how we look as individuals could have a positive or a negative. We've seen people get depressed because of how they look. So my question is, because you brought out a point to say you're giving them tasks and they're eliminated, how then do you ensure that you still make them feel comfortable even after they're eliminated? Yeah.
Oh, great. That's a very good question. Actually, what we have done, we taught them that we want to keep this community. Even after they are eliminated, we still keep them in our community. We've got a contestants group, where even if you're eliminated, you still belong to that group. And if you're good in acting, we push them into acting. We just try to help them in various ways, just to make them feel comfortable and feel loved.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so is this a one-off thing or is it a long-term?
It's a long-term thing. Yeah, every year we'll be having a Miss Plus Size.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
I hope that by year 5, I will be able to be part of the company.
Definitely.
Definitely.
About that girl.
After what?
After giving birth.
Some baby fat,
Exactly.
No, I'm going to work out. I told my mom, I said when I have my first baby, I'm going to be in the gym. I know a lot of parents, they'll be like, tukakumona, but I can assure you.
You're thick. And trust me.
So I can join the competition?
1 or 2. Yes. I'm sure as you see the photos, you're going to see somebody
photos
who's going
ready. So we take a look at the
I like how she's
there we go. So is that one of the contestants?
Exactly.
It's something different. That's actually very, very beautiful. It's something different, something unique. So I think you would actually find your way to those things. Is that the traditional outfit and all? I think Tandio, we should attend this event.
Yeah.
It's something different,
but now,
plus size model.
But now that just messes me up, because you said after 2 or 3 kids, am I really going to expand?
Okay, one thing you need to understand is that as women, once we've got less muscles, and so once you give birth, some of them they gain weight.
Okay.
And it's very difficult, for you to maintain your.
But anyway, plus size models are so beautiful. We can't dispute that, and you're doing a great thing because I feel like women are now accepting whatever size whatever form you come in, and if you feel like you can rock the runway, you're gonna walk there, whether you're plus size, petite. All women are beautiful in different forms.
Yes, of course. And while you were introducing yourself, you mentioned something to say you are an actress as well.
Yes.
How are you balancing the two?
Considering
the fact that you are currently in a movie that is, I don't know if it's done or it's still being produced, and now you have to have this event. How are you managing the two? Your time?
Actually, the most important thing is to divide your time. I do divide my time. When I have to maybe go through the script, then I have to set that time aside, and also the time for the plus size models as well as beauty. I'm sure I mentioned that I'm the CEO for Precious Creative Hair doing makeup. Exactly. So I just divide my time. For
you guys look the same. I don't know if the camera can. Your makeup is blending.
Is it because of the lashes?
Am I the only one that's? I think next time I need to get accounted to this whole lashes thing. And
I'm a plan
next
for
time
lashes.
I'll carry my package. And
so that you can just dough me up so I can look like you guys.
Make your face. Your face beats.
Myself look.
Okay.
So I like how you guys are. There's a way that they are.
There's a way you blink when you have lashes on. Like, you need to be careful. You might just see your lash get into the eye.
Wow.
But anyway, I don't know if the trailer in the movie that you're in is ready. Isaac, if it is, we would love to have it, please.
My daughter has gone missing. Because of this, you are banished from this village. You are smoking my chamber in my own house. What? And you did not tell me all along.
Well, I am trying to figure out, like, I felt like I was in the cinemas and the movie is about to start.
Yeah, I was looking, I kept wanting to watch,
Like, watch more, eh?
Yeah, so maybe you can quickly give us a storyline. What is the story, really? I know we could see some parts here and there, but what is it about?
Okay, this is the story about this widow who enjoyed her life with her husband before the husband died in a car accident. And then she had a very mean mother-in-law who happened to grab everything from her after the death of her husband. And then later on, because she was homeless, she decided to go to the village at her auntie's place where she had her baby. That's Precious, huh? Toela, who happens to be me.
Oh, you star the movie?
Yes, I'm the main character in the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, so after, whereas in the village, after my child grew up a little bit, King Kumalo decided to chase us simply because my son was playing with one of his grandchildren, and then the grandchild got lost.
Okay.
So now he decided to banish us from the village, and that's how come we wandered about and found ourselves back into the city. where life was so hard, and then later on we found some people to help us and things became better.
Wow, I should say there's good picture quality in there.
Yes.
I see good gestures by the actors and actresses. So I feel like it's a must watch movie.
So before we let you go, what are your last words to everyone watching out there?
Firstly, on our theme as well.
Oh, on
Do you
our
feel
theme,
the 750?
do you have a mask first of all? Before?
Yes, I have it.
Would you pay 750 kwacha if you're caught not wearing one?
No, why?
Why
because
not?
you're not wearing one.
Because the government, they're supposed to help us. There are some people who cannot afford.
Okay, we're looking at it as you as an individual. Like
As
you've
an
mentioned, you
individual.
have a mask, right? But you just decide to leave home because you don't want to wear a mask, and they tell you, give us 750. Will you do it?
Actually, no.
Why?
I cannot.
Why?
I cannot, because I have to make sure that I carry my mask because it's for my own safety. Yes, so that makes me not to agree to pay it because I cannot decide to leave it.
Okay, great. That's a smart answer. Remember that you can reach us on 0968-675273. That is 0968-675273. We need your comments, contributions. Remember that you can also reach us on our Facebook page, which is Camnet TV. Remember that you're watching Camnet TV, not just another channel. We do take a break and return with more content right after.
Msika is here. We have you all covered with just 150 kwacha. You can advertise every day from 17 hours to 18 hours. For a 30-second ad, get the benefit of selling your products and services on Msika. For more details, call our marketing department on +260 953 995099 +260 962 444-726 or +260 971 177 467. Email us on info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. You're still on Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show with me, Precious Mzea, Sakaleji, and Banda Tandiwe, as we get to talk about the 750 kwacha penalty fee that is charged to those people that are found wanting. Now,
okay, we do have a call, Precious.
We have a caller. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you.
Yes, I'm Lakshman calling from Florida.
Okay, go ahead with your contribution, sir.
Yes, I'll just a concern concerning the wearing of masks.
Yes, please.
Medically, I don't understand why using medical personnel like some sort of forcing of the wearing of masks. Because that is elemental science. We cannot breathe in carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is not meant for breathing. So automatically, at the end of the day, if in medical, you can some years or 10 years, you find out that the people that are wearing tightly their face, their mouth and their nose, they will have some complications with their lungs. Now what are they saying? And in fact, even the medical personnel, they know the truth. They know the truth. There is no science, some sort of in wearing of masks. There is no medical approval of that. So I don't know why they are enforcing on putting on masks.
So
I don't know.
All right, thank you so much.
Even medical personnel, they know that. Even you have been to school. Carbon dioxide was not made for breathing. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Felix.
All right, thanks. It's Laxon, not
Oh, Mr. Laxon, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, Banda Tandiwe being
Very
in the medical
interesting
field,
day.
Dr. B kicks in now.
Well, yeah.
That's a concern.
It's a good concern, but like to protect yourself from the virus, because we all know that this virus affects our respiratory system before diverting to other systems. So you ought to wear that mask, you know, and that's why earlier on the program we did emphasize the need to not wear a mask when you're on your own, because like I said, you have to, many of us, like I've experienced that forms of drowsiness and just feeling like I'm running out of breath, you know, but at the end of the day, you're trying to protect yourself. Hence, you need to mask up. As much as he's very right, there could be complications later on, or infections that you could get because of wearing the same mask the entire day. But that's the only way we could protect ourselves currently. Because if you go around without a mask, Mr. Laxon, you will be just walking around, and before you know it, you would have gotten the virus. But if you wear that, regardless of how it may make you feel, at the end of the day, you're better off feeling drowsy than having coronavirus.
Yeah.
You know?
So I hope, Mr. Laxon, you've gotten a word or two on that one, and we just want you to be
Please
safe.
mask up,
Please
Mr.
mask
Laxon,
up, Mr.
because
Laxon.
regardless of how whether medical personnel know or whatever, 750, Mr. Laxon,
It's a lot of
from
money.
your pocket.
It's
You would
a
have
lot
bought
of
how many bags of Millie Meal for the family?
The relish.
But remember, we need all your comments and contributions. So thank you so much, Mr. Laxon, for your contribution. Remember that you're watching Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show, and we need to interact on 0968 675275. We do take our last set of commercials and return with our guest, who will be taking us through depression.
Msika is here. We have you all covered with just 150 kwacha. You can advertise every day from 17 hours to 18 hours. For a 30-second ad, get the benefit of selling your products and services on Msika. For more details, call our marketing department on +260 953 995099 +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467. Email us on info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show is what you're watching on what is not just another channel, which is Camnet TV, with me, Precious Mzea, Sakaleji, and Banda Tandiwe. Now, joining us on set, I don't know if I should call you medical. Are you a nurse? Are you?
He will tell us. So, joining us on set
He's a
is
gentleman.
Luando. I want to pronounce his name.
Okay, here we go.
Luando.
Luanda.
Luyando. Hamwendo. That's how you say their name, right?
No, Hamwendo.
No, it's Hamwendo. Yatonga, right?
Yes.
That's how I wanted to say them.
Because you wanted the emphasis on the
Hamwendo. I like Tonga names. Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Good. So who is Mr. Hamwendo?
So I'm a clinical psychiatrist currently working for Chainama College Hospital.
Okay.
Which is a psychiatric facility, the biggest that we have in Zambia so far.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So going into our topic for today, which is depression, and depression is something that many of us tend to run away from. You know, there's so many people that I've had conversations with, and when you go deeper and just have a heart-to-heart, you just see somebody break down and begin to say, I'm going through this and that. But society really perceives depression to be just one of those things. You tell your parents I'm depressed,
They'll just think
be like, oh,
okay.
So what is depression really?
So depression is, I would classify it as a mood disorder that is characterized by persistent feeling of sadness, worthlessness, and sometimes suicidal ideas that should take place for at least 2 weeks or 14 days. So the problem is that we have a lot of people saying that they're depressed, but for you to reach a diagnosis of depression, it has to be for 14 days at least. So you cannot have low mood, loss of esteem, feelings of sadness for a week and say you're depressed. So that's not depression. So for a diagnosis to be reached, it needs to be for 14 days or more.
So what then is being bipolar? When someone says you're bipolar or depressed?
So the difference is this. So for bipolar mood disorder, we have what we call bipolar 1. So in bipolar 1, we have mania. So mania is, I would like to describe the two as two polar ends, mania and depression. So one is excessive low mood, but the other one has inflated mood. So you'll be very elated, you'll be euphoric, you have a lot of energy. While on the opposite side, for depression, there'll be reduced motor activity, you have low appetite, you'll be sleeping a lot. But on the opposite side, which is mania, you have a difference, or what I would call a revert of what you see in depression. So in bipolar 1, you have mania and mild depression. So mania is what we used to term when we were growing up as mashave. So you have mania and depression. So you will have the mania for maybe 9 months in a year, then the depression, mild depression, for maybe 3 months in a year. Then for bipolar mood 2, what's usually there is depression. You have more depression for like 9 months or more. Then for like 3 months, you have lower symptoms of mania, what we call hypomania.
Okay.
Wow. Yes.
So what are some of the examples of depression?
The examples, the common example that I would pick out is suicide. So 90% of those who are depressed would commit suicide. That's why it's something that we should talk about. Then you have, there's what we call anhedonia. Anhedonia is simply a loss of interest in things that you used to find pleasure in. Then a person will have reduced motor activity, they'll have reduced concentration at work.
You do understand motor activity, what he means by motor activity?
No, would you like to
I think she's thinking it's a car. Maybe you could just, I'm sure a number of viewers out there are like, what is motor activity? Maybe you could explain what...
So it has to do with the way you move your body, really, your alertness to things, to react to certain things.
So if you're pricked, and you react after what, 5 minutes?
Not really 5 minutes. Someone who's pricked, if you prick me right now, it will take me less than a second to react. But someone who's depression, it will take them more. Not only that, it's not only when it also has to do with walking. You see that this person won't be walking as fast as they should because they have a lot of things to think about. So they'll have reduced motor activity, something to do with the body movements and everything.
Yeah, motor activity.
Yes.
It's not a car. It's not a car racing or anything. So just while we are on that motor activity, does it mean that someone who's depressed, they have literally just given up on life or something?
That's a misperception that we have, and that's the reason why a lot of people find it hard to seek treatment because of a stigma. We think depression is for the emotionally weak, but contrary to that, depression is actually for everyone because you have there are a lot of things that cause depression. We have stress, you have genetic factors. If you have a parent who has depression or an auntie or any relative who has depression, you are most likely to have depression. So it's not only for those who are emotionally weak, but it's something that affects everyone. For example, I'll give an example of a lot of people that we know. We know that is it Robin Williams? The actor was depressed, and if you watch his movies, we could see that this was a happy person. We also know of people like Michael Jackson and so on who were depressed. So it's not that people have given up on life, but it has to do with how our bodies react to different kinds of situations in life.
So bringing it down to our Zambian setup, most of the time when people are depressed, they fight these battles at home.
Yes.
Because the moment you say Chainama, it's like Chainama is meant for mentally ill patients. So is there a section or you as a person, as a psychiatrist, is there a certain section, even at the hospital, that is just meant for people that are depressed? Right. Because if you come to me and I say I'm depressed and you tell me, okay, let's go to Chainama, I'll be like, okay.
That's
Mr. Hammond actually thinks there's something wrong with me. You know, how do you deal with those?
Okay, because of a stigma that we have with mental health, and when someone says Chainama, obviously carries a stigma. So I'm sure the government is trying by all means to decentralize mental health.
I think they should change the name.
So that the only place if you want mental health treatment, Chainama is not the only place you can go to. These clinics and these hospitals. You can go to UTH if you're scared of the stigma that you'll be labeled with. If you go to Chainama, you go to UTH and to various hospitals and clinics who will be able to render help. Not only that, you can also seek treatment and counseling. We have what we call pastoral counseling. So if you're here, you can seek counseling from your pastor and he will be able to help you. It's not only the pharmacological treatment that you need, but you can also, therapy is one good way to deal with depression.
Okay, so who is most likely to suffer from depression, and what could be the most reliable symptom, like spot-on symptom for depression? In practice, we've seen that depression mostly affects women. Yeah, so women are mostly prone to depression than men. Then anyone can suffer from depression. So the spot-on symptom that you would see is someone who will not be themselves. They would want to spend time alone. They would have reduced need for sleep, and sometimes they will be sleeping a lot. And they'll just have reduced psychomotor activity, the new word that you learned, and you would be able to know that they have depression. Okay, so Leandro, if there's a person out there watching and they feel some type of way, maybe they feel they're depressed. Or they could relate to what you were saying, what's your word of advice to them?
My word of advice is that anything that you're going through has help. So you can find the help that you need. So the condition that you have is not something that doesn't have help. It's a problem and it has a solution to it. So just try to talk to someone and visit our facilities so that they might be able to render the help that you need.
Okay, so do you have 750 kwacha?
I have a mask.
Oh. Just checking. Just checking.
Okay, Mr. You want to say the surname? Mr.
Hamwendo.
Thank you so much for coming through and sharing your knowledge on the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. We hope to see you more on set so that you come with another topic related with mental health on the other side, as well as you educate us more. Are we allowed to call you back again?
You are.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
The viewers, unfortunately, we've come to the dying minutes of the show. We were just joined in by Precious earlier on the show that was telling us about plus-size models and how they're trying to motivate women that are plus-size to participate in the event which is coming up. And also on the other side, we looked at her career as an actress. And now we were just joined in by Mr. Hamwendo, who was telling us more about depression. So if you feel you're depressed, it's best that you seek help as soon as possible. Well, from me, Precious Mzea Sakaleji,
and Banda Tandiwe. Till next Saturday, same time, same station. Remember that it's Camnet TV, not just another channel. Thank you so much for watching.